The Grampians Peaks Trail is going to start at Mount Zero in the north and it's going to go all the way to the south at Mount Sturgeon and Dunkeld. It's going to be a 160 kilometer long trail. The GPT is designed to be hiked in 13 days and 11 nights. I'm going to discuss bit by bit, day by day, where this trail is going to lead through in this video. I'm going to talk about distances and hiking campsites. I'm really excited about the GPT. It's going to open up completely new areas of the Grampians National Park to hikers, and that's always nice. This video is sponsored by Wonderland Cottages, spacious, self-contained eco-villas in the heart of the Grampians. More about them at the end of the video. In this video I will not pronounce any of the Aboriginal names. The reason for that is it's not quite clear yet how they are pronounced. Parks Victoria is going to provide an information sheet with the exact pronunciation of all the campsite names. So I will just put this in text info right now, and I will link to the document once it becomes available in the text below. The trail starts at Mount Zero picnic area. Interestingly, Mount Zero itself is not officially part of the GPT, but I think a lot of people will probably opt to hike up there as well, just to have everything, every peak, at least on the eastern side of the park in there. It's just a nice start to say from Mount Zero to Dunkeld or from Mount Zero to Mount Sturgeon. The first day of the GPT starts at Mount Zero picnic area. The trail leads through some absolutely amazing landscape in the north of the park. This has already been open before. You could hike this for many years. This is an existing trail. And then it's going to be a new trail altogether. Once you cross the copper mine track, it's going to lead up onto another range, which I've never been on top of. I'm quite excited about that. The views from there should be spectacular, both back to Mount Stapleton and south to Mount Difficult, This first day is 12.9 kilometers. For end-to-end hikers, the second day of the GPT is gonna head up to Mount Difficult. There's a spectacular looking campsite up there, right on cliff band. It just looks crazy. This includes the Waterfalls of Gar walk, which is open at the moment. So if you were unlucky and you had some rain before, then you will have some nice waterfalls there. Otherwise, it's a spectacular landscape. The walk to Mount Difficult is not yet part of the second day. End-to-end walkers will have camped the night under Mount Difficult, then can do the summit in the morning. I can see some really nice sunrise walks there, and then continue over an existing trail along the Mount Difficult range to the Werdug lookout, where they stay the night, and it should give you really nice views over Lake Werdug from there. And the sunset should be spectacular from up there. We're gonna head up there one day, soon. Day 3 for end-to-end walkers is 14 kilometers. The fourth day for end-to-end walkers is from around Werdug lookout down to Hall's Gap. That is 13 kilometers long. There shouldn't be too much elevation gain in it after the initial short climb up to the Mount Difficult range, and then it's a nice long downhill walk from Werdug lookout. For end-to-end walkers, day 5 leads over the Wonderland range. It's a fantastic area to explore. If you haven't been here yet, if you haven't done this yet in the Grampians, this is one of the signature areas. It's absolutely fantastic rock formations. It's a fairly short day, just 8.6 k's, but there is a lot of elevation gain in it and a lot of uneven surface. So it's going to take a while. Plus, you might want to have breakfast in Hall's Gap before you leave. The only town on the way. You might want to stock up with food or pick up things you have left here. The sixth day for end-to-end walkers, very, very nice. 14.2 kilometers. Mount Rosea is spectacular. The views are fantastic from up there. The way up is fantastic. The way down is also very nice. It's just a little bit of everything the Grampians have to offer. Day 7 is where we again head into uncharted territory, and that's very exciting, I find. Almost all the way up to Mount William, over the Redman's Bluff, or Redman Bluff. This is probably the area I'm most excited about to go hiking in. There are places called like the Seven Dials or the Battlemans. The views from Redman Bluff must be absolutely fantastic. And this is really interesting to me. That is 12 kilometers long. For end-to-end walkers, day 8 leads over the Mitchell Plateau. This is an existing trail with new campsites, and it is 15.6 kilometers long. Day 9 for end-to-end walkers continues on the Mount William range. I first wasn't too excited about that because I thought, why aren't they heading into the much more rugged Serra range? But by now I think you're gonna have the views of the Serra range, which arguably are a lot nicer than views from the Serra range. So this should be really good. Now we're getting into the southern section. Day 10 for end-to-end walkers is about 11.9 kilometers long. Again, the distances aren't that great, but you're gonna carry a big backpack, and I would assume it's quite uneven rocky surface you've got to walk over, and probably constantly up and down. This continues along the most southern part of the Mount William range, and you're going to have those fantastic views, I hope, of the Serra range all day long. Especially in the morning, it should be fantastic to see that. Day 11 for end-to-end walkers is going to be a bit of a harder day. It begins with, I think, a fairly boring walk through a plain, but then climbs onto the Serra range, heads up to, no, it doesn't get up to Signal Peak yet, but almost. Gets very close to Signal Peak. And this is going to be a lot of elevation gain in there as well. The mountains itself aren't that high, but as I said, it's going to be up and down a lot. Day 12 for end-to-end walkers is going to go over Signal Peak and Mount Abrupt, and the camp is then below the peak there somewhere. That sounds really interesting. It's not very long in kilometers, 10.4 k's, but it's going to be challenging enough. Day 13, last day for end-to-end walkers, is heading all the way to Dunkeld. That's over Mount Sturgeon as well, and then through a plain to Dunkeld. It's going to be nice to end the trail there. Dunkeld is a proper town. They have a bakery, they have a general store, they have fish and chip shop, hotels, and public transport as well. So yeah, there you have it. The whole 13 days of the Peaks Trail. Really excited to get into some of those areas and to hike this. The views are gonna be fantastic, especially to be out there early in the morning, late in the evening, to see the sunrise and the sunset from some of those camps so close by is gonna be just wonderful.
If you want to hike this or other trails in the Grampians, Wonderland Cottages would make an ideal base for your stay. With their spacious, self-contained eco-villas, they are perfect for couples, families and small groups. Located in easy walking distance to the center of Hall's Gap, yet tucked away in a quiet forest setting, the property borders the national park, which makes for great wildlife viewing. Wonderland Cottages strives to minimize your holiday's ecological footprint. All their toilet paper, tissues and paper towel is made from bamboo. There is a water recycling system in place. All electricity is 100% green renewable, and solar power is in the making. All cottages have 2 bedrooms, a large living area with fireplace and modern aircon, a fully spec'd out kitchen, a bathroom with separate toilet, 2 private decks and a private barbecue. But don't just take my word for it. Check out the great ratings on Google, Booking.com and Airbnb. For the best price and special offers, always book directly at wonderlandcottages.com.au.
21 k's.